right, let's talk inverse cosine or arccosine. You'll see it written a couple ways. You'll see it written as arccosine. You'll also see it cosine to the -1. That does not mean a -1 exponent. This is not 1 over cosine. It's not equal to secant. This is arccosine, inverse cosine. What does that mean? Well, regular trig functions, sine, cosine, tangent, you input angles and they give you ratios. I plug in for cosine, we plug in an angle, it gives us the adjacent over the hypotenuse, okay? So for instance, if I were to plug in 60 degrees, what's the cosine of 60 degrees? It's 1/2, okay? So regular cosine takes an angle, gives us a ratio. So what are we going to expect from inverse cosine? We're going to expect the opposite. We're going to expect to be able to put in a ratio and it give us the angle. So I'm expecting to put in 1/2. Okay, now what are the bounds for this? What are the domain for this? All right, well, the adjacent over the hypotenuse is always between -1 and 1. You see the graph here, the range of cosine is always between -1 and 1. Okay, so the numbers we can put into, the ratios we can put into the inverse cosine have to be between -1 and 1. Okay, now what angles is it going to give me? I'd really like for it to give me this 60 degrees. All right, but if you realize, if I picked a y value of 1/2 here and I said, what angles give me 1/2, then yeah, 60 is right there. 60 would give me 1/2. But that's not the only one, okay? -60 would as well. All right, if I continued over here, there's an angle there that would give me +1/2. This is like 300 degrees, okay? We could go back this way. There's another angle. So you see there's lots of angles, and this is a periodic function that continues forever. So these angles continue forever that give me 1/2 when I plug them into cosine. So which angle is this inverse function going to give me? Well, when we say the word function, we mean each input can only have one output. So this inverse cosine is not actually the inverse of the entire function cosine. It's only the inverse of a portion of it. So what we do is, if you remember the horizontal line test to see if a function's 1-to-1, right now cosine would fail the horizontal line test. But if I narrow it and I only look at cosine from 0 to 180, now the function is 1-to-1, passes the horizontal line test, and that means every one of these ratios is only going to connect to exactly one angle. So what we do is these angles for arccosine are always going to be between 0 and 180 degrees. Or if you're in radians, it would be 0 to pi. All right, so if we're looking at the unit circle, that would only be the top half of the unit circle. So if I'm trying to figure out what the inverse cosine of 1/2 is, I'm looking on the unit circle for a y value of 1/2. There's only one, or excuse me, x value of 1/2. There's only one x value of 1/2 on the top half of the unit circle. So it would be right here at pi/3 or 60 degrees. Okay, so again, we get the ratio, the output is going to be the angle. That's kind of how it works. Let's talk about a couple quick examples. If I'm asking for the arccosine of square root of 2 over 2, okay, well again on my unit circle, the top half of the unit circle, we're right here at 45 degrees. All right, that's where the x-coordinate is going to be square root of 2 over 2. All right, where does arccosine equal negative square root of 3 over 2? I mean, it happens at two places. Okay, it happens at two places, but on the top half of the unit circle, it only happens at one location, and that's right here at 150 degrees. Now, let me give you one more formula here. This is the other angle formula. When I have cosine, the other angle formula is 360 degrees minus my angle. That would give me the other angle on the unit circle that has the same x-coordinate. So like right here, when we were dealing with 60 degrees, 360 minus 60 would give me 300, which is the other angle that has an x-coordinate or a cosine of a half, the same cosine. All right, so for either one of these, if you wanted the other angle for some application, you would have to take 360 minus the angle that it gives us. All right, this one, arccosine of 1, that occurs here at 0. Okay, so at 0 degrees, the cosine is 1. Okay, now, if we went to the calculator, again, the calculator is always going to give us an answer between 0 and 180. So I did the arccosine of 0.75, I would get 41.410. And the arccosine of negative 0.2 would be obtuse. That's going to be 101.537. Now look at this. What happens when I try to do the arccosine of 3? Well, 3 is outside of our range. The calculator is going to give me a domain error. We're going to say that this does not exist. Okay. Hopefully this helps. This is arccosine or inverse cosine. Let me know if you have any questions.